We aren't all historians. Maybe that's part of the reason that we seem to forget the sins of our fathers, and their fathers, and on back to the dawn of civilization. Or perhaps it's merely the fact that for the human race, can and should are frequently treated as interchangeable. Before you close comm channels on me for being some modern-day Luddite, let me make it clear that I am neither anti-progress nor anti-technology. Innovation is what makes humanity so great, and what got us out into this grand universe in the first place. It's a given that progress generally requires risk. The problem is that we often approach technology with a set of blinders on as to what has gone before, whether because the bottom line is more important than cautionary tales, or because we're prideful enough to think that we'll do it better this time. With few exceptions, each generation is more advanced than the last, and so we believe that we cannot possibly err in the same fashion as our parents did. So here we are again. ArcCorp's new AI initiative again seems to be running towards the same pitfalls as our ancestors. We can't possibly make the same mistakes. Sometimes it isn't even our fault that we forget. It took nearly 10 years of media investigation to wheedle the truth out of the government that maybe, possibly, the AI in the terraforming project had been at the heart of the Mars catastrophe of 2125. By then, nobody wanted to hear about it. Of course, even that wasn't the first AI disaster. The so-called Lemming Car incident in 2044 Tokyo holds that honour, but less than 100 years later, the government decided that it had worked out the kinks in AI systems and shipped one off to Mars. Of course, they didn't tell us about it, just in case they were wrong. They were. And then, just over 100 years after the Mars catastrophe, are we seeing a trend here, people, came the Artemis, Janus. Even with the vast spectacle of the launch, somebody somewhere had to be nervous that we were still treading the dangerous road of artificial intelligence. But this time, they were sure they had gotten it right. Admittedly, we're not certain that the disappearance of 5,000 people was entirely the AI's fault, but it certainly had to have played a part. With a failure that public, the genie went back into the bottle for a while. But we weren't done. The UEEN merely went back to being covert when they launched their latest failed AI project. Recently declassified documents show just how close we came to war during what became known as the Horus incident. Working in conjunction with Aegis, the Navy deployed a prototype AI-piloted Overlord bomber wing along the Xi'an front. Their hearts were in the right place. It was an attempt to bring home pilots that had been stationed along the Perry line for their entire careers, but when Aegis's billion-credit babies decided that their comms were compromised and shut them off, just in time to miss their recall order, we had to chase down and destroy our own mistake. The death knell for Aegis in the shipbuilding industry. Again, we aren't sure that they would have plunged us into an all-out war with the Xi'an by wandering around unsupervised in the neutral zone, but what might they have done? Of course, the Imperator tried to keep the whole embarrassing sequence out of the feeds. Still, at least it seemed that we had finally learned a healthy enough fear of ever using AI in ships again. Now, it's the corporate sector's turn to believe that it won't repeat the mistakes of prior generations. ArcCorp tells us that its AI will be able to learn, which will enable it to succeed where others have failed. Where have we heard that one before? But here's the thing. Humans do that too. They have to have years of experience, specific training, and the proper licenses to ever venture out into space. But ArcCorp wants to once again send the artificial equivalent of children out in massive starships to navigate the vastness of our interstellar empire. Hey, it's progress. It protects human lives. It must happen. Why can't we learn?
It's October, it's CitizenCon, there is loads going on in Star Citizen, and I spy with my Tobii eye tracker something beginning with D. It's a discount. You want a natively supported high precision head and eye tracker for Star Citizen? Of course you do. It actually works with a load of games, actually. The Tobii eye tracker is super useful as part of your arsenal, but also really adds to your immersion. If you don't mind spending a little bit of time tweaking after setup, you can have a really awesome time. Look around your cockpit, look over your shoulder, and track ships in a dogfight intuitively and ergonomically like never before. It's got a load of features to improve the experience as well, with like camera boost, which is a little tiny bit like mouse acceleration for your head and eyes, but actually useful. You can get 15% off a Tobii Eye Tracker 5 until Monday the 20th of October. Links below to that. There's also a sweepstake going on from Tobii. You can join to win a Tobii Eye Tracker 5. Links down below to that too. Thanks to Tobii for sponsoring this video. You should get yourself some NordVPN. You can go to nordvpn.com/BoredGamer or use the links down below. If you want a VPN to help you with accessibility, security, and or privacy on the internet, then NordVPN has got all of that. And it's on a huge discount if you use my links. Oh, click those links. Every month we have a ship giveaway, and for October, because of CitizenCon and it's a big month for celebration, we are giving away 5 different ships to 5 different winners. They all come with a game package and lifetime insurance. We're giving away a C8X Pisces, the Arrow Light Fighter, the 100i luxury starting ship, the Sulen, a very cool, weird alien starting ship, and the Nomad from Consolidated Outland. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning one of those ships is comment on any of my videos made during October. Any of those are great to start the game with, or just as another ship in your fleet, or even as a lifetime insurance token to upgrade to something else. A big thank you as well to CIG for providing some of those ships for that giveaway. If you would like to further support the channel, consider becoming a Patreon or using the join button under my videos. That will get you some occasional exclusive content, and it really does help us out loads. Also, like, share, subscribe, that all helps tons as well. Thank you so much for watching to the end, and I hope you have a great October.